Welcome back, Kapuso. What a crazy day we had. How'd you like that segment that we just shown you? You know, in a matter of minutes, we went through almost the entire process of what it would be like to file a bankruptcy. So let's recap some of the important ideas and concepts that we learned. You know, if you're a homeowner and you've exhausted all the possibilities, sometimes the only option could be to file bankruptcy to save your home, diba? For individuals, there's mainly Chapter 7 and Chapter 13, so let's just run through the basics of it. Chapter 7 is a complete discharge of all your debts, all your utang, both secured and unsecured, if it's approved by the trustee. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan where you're going to have to pay back whatever money is left over after subtracting for, priority liens such as taxes and secured mortgages. So whatever's left over will be put on a payment plan, so to speak, for the next 3 to 5 years. Now, it's important to remember, po, that just because you want to file bankruptcy to discharge all that debt and get a reset, basically a fresh start, doesn't mean that you qualify for bankruptcy. For instance, so Chapter 7, you have to meet what's called median income guidelines in your area. And, again, it's important to talk to an attorney in your area that can kind of point you in the right direction for that. With the Chapter 13, you could have a possibility of what's called stripping the second mortgage. I know we've talked about that in prior shows, where, let me give an example. If you have a $400,000 first mortgage and a $100,000 second mortgage, and let's say your property value is $350,000, it means you're basically underwater. Because the second mortgage is no longer secured by the value of the property, it becomes an unsecured loan. Filing a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, if approved by the trustee, could not only save your home, but you have the possibility of stripping off, let's say in this example, the $100,000 mortgage or utang. And remember, when you wipe that out, it's also the interest on it. So almost doble yan. So again, whether you file a Chapter 7 or 13, you need to consult with an attorney in your area. And I know that, Attorney Eric, for our viewers, has offered Han to give a free 15-minute consultation to our viewers.
Okay, so now what? Now that you faced bankruptcy and you filed bankruptcy, what is life after bankruptcy, right? Ooh, let's think about it. Well, you're gonna have to rebuild again. You rebuild your credit history because now natamaan po ang credit report nyo. So that bankruptcy record will be there for 10 years, okay? So 10 years. Now, when you're able to get another credit card or a loan, medyo mahirap kasi you have to rebuild your credit. But, and if you do get one, medyo mataas ang interest rates, medyo malaki ang fees. So be prepared to live on cash after bankruptcy, right? As well as building an emergency fund because just in case something might happen to the car, to the family, wala na po kayong credit card to make utang, right? You're going to have to use your savings account.
Any tips today, honey?
I have 3 awesome tips.
Okay.
Number 1 is that if you're using your 401k money to pay your credit card debts, you might want to think about using your bankruptcy rights, right? Tip number 2 po is that if you're ready to say goodbye to the credit card, to the phone calls, to all of that stress, then you have to take a look and call your attorney right away to see if bankruptcy is right for you. It's every stress, every second. You don't want to cause your body to have hypertension, diba? What we learned before.
Absolutely. Stress kills, diba?
Stress kills you. And number 3, inuunahan mo naman ako. My last tip po is, if you're facing a trustee sale date on your home and you need more time to stay in the property kasi you're trying to gather up money, you're borrowing money here, and you just cannot move out of the house so quickly, then what you have to do right now is seek a bankruptcy attorney so that he can stop the sale date.
Those are 3 good tips. I hope our Kapuso wrote them down on a pen and paper. Now, remember, just because you file bankruptcy, and we've heard it that it's going to be on your credit report for like mga 7 to 10 years, does that mean that, your credit is wasak na for like 10 years? No, absolutely not. Once you start paying on time again, then that credit score will start going up. Yes, the bankruptcy will be on the informational portion of your credit report for the next 7 to 10 years, but your credit score can still go up, and there's ways to do that, diba? And I'm happy to say again that Attorney Eric Gravel, who was on the segment just prior to this, on the Housing War segment, has offered for our Kapuso and our viewers a free 15-minute consultation, free 15-minute consultation to see if bankruptcy is really an option for you, Honey, that about wraps it up, Kapuso. And that's all we have for this segment. You'll have to wait for more on next week's episode. Until then, you never have to look too far to find your hidden fortune book. Sometimes it's just knowing a phone number and who to call, di ba? Like si Attorney Eric for that free 15-minute consultation. Anyway, sometimes it's right in front of you. You just have to know where to look.
That's money in your bank that you can count on. Until next time mga kapuso, kaya mo gawin dito sa
KMG!